Hi everyone, it's Darlene. Welcome to this week's card. I did a flip it card, which SVG actually has a die that creates this for you with the cut and the scores and everything, but I can show you how to make it with pretty much any Spellbinders die or any die that's wafer thin. So here's how it works. You open it up and it kind of flips around, sticks out a little bit, and so I put one owl looking forward in the front, and then when you open it up it's got two owls looking at each other. Kind of a surprise owl in there. Okay, so what I did first was I took 4 1/4 by 11-inch sheet of paper, and I inked it up. I scored it down the middle, and then I inked the whole thing up with bundled sage. And now I'm coming in with this Hero Arts leaf and floral background stamp with forest moss ink. And I'm going to stamp it off, then I'm going to stamp it off again because I really wanted a lighter image that was just a shade darker in green. So I'm going to lay it down there, and I'm going to do one side of the card, and then I'm going to do the same exact process on the other side, and I'm going to be careful to lay the paper down so that it's in the same direction that I just did the other one. And that way when it folds together, it looks like it actually matches up. Alright, so now I've got my scoreboard, and I'm going to score it at 2 3/4 and 3 3/4. And I'm going to take 3 different layers of these Spellbinder dies. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to center it on that 2 3/4 inch mark. And then I'm going to put some Eclipse masking tape there to hold it down. Now the trick here is you're not going to cut on that 1-inch piece between the 2 3/4 and the 3 3/4 score marks. So I'm going to start with the outside, the smaller side. And I'm going to put my bottom plate down, and my top plate is just going to go over that right hand portion. I'm going to run it through, and that way it'll just cut that right side. Now I flipped my card over, I'm going to do the other side of that 1-inch score. So when I take this off, you'll see it didn't cut that middle piece. Okay, now I'm taking my smallest die and I'm going to stick it in the middle to make a window, and I'm just going to slide the whole thing through so that it actually cuts the whole shape out. Alright, now you're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to fold it 1, 2 toward the outside. And there you go. That's how it works, and that's basically the base of the card. Alright, I'm taking a piece of, this is all Nina cardstock because I'm using Distress ink, and this is worn lipstick, and I'm just covering it up, and then I'm going to use the envelope pattern from Hero Arts just to create a little bit of texture on this piece in the same exact color, so worn lipstick. It's pretty subtle. I'm going to layer those 2 dies together, stick them on there with masking tape to hold it in place, and then I'll have a cute little frame. And I'm going to glue that to the inside of the flip it. Now I cut this tree branch out of I just sketched it freehand, and I cut it out with some scissors. So there's really nothing special to it. And then I just took a wood grain stamp. It's chocolate chip paper by Stampin' Up! And chocolate chip ink. And I'm going to do both sides because you'll be able to see both sides of this strip. And then I took a sponge dauber and I inked up both sides of that tree branch. Here's my owl punch, and I'm going to punch all my pieces into this little bucket. That way it contains everything, and I can easily take them all out and lay them on my table, because sometimes these pieces kind of go flying everywhere when you're punching them out. For the bellies of these owls, I'm just going to ink up some scattered straw and some worn lipstick, and then I'm going to punch those out. And then I just went in there with some markers, and I just made some random V marks for their feathers. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I just put one of these together to save time. So I use my 2A glue pen, and I stick the part that's going to have like the underneath part. And you'll see that I take my paper piercer and I dip it into the glue, and then it's got enough on it to pick up a small piece and place it right on there. And I just repeat that process. I also punched out the little heart, which comes with the owl punch. It's one of the pieces, and then I just colored it with real red. This Little Leaves Sizzlet die is also sold by Stampin' Up, and I made 2 of those, and then I inked up the leaves to give it a little dimension, and now I'm just trimming off the pieces that I'm going to use. Alright, now it's time to put it all together. I'm just lining up my tree branch where I want it, and then I'm going to adhere with some tape adhesive. And then I'm going to take the other owl that's looking to the right, and I'm going to glue him to the back. And then I'm going to take my 2A glue pen, and I'm going to glue the branch to the frame. And then I kind of went through the frame, so I'm going to glue it to the other side from the inside. Okay, and then I'm going to take my other owl, who's looking now at the other yellow owl. I'm just going to stick my heart there, and I'm going to adhere him to the tree branch and the frame. I decided not to use adhesive because I really didn't want it to take a chance that it would stick to the card itself. I'm just going to take these pieces that I inked up, and I'm going to use my 2A glue pen again to adhere them. They're going to stick mostly to the frame and the tree branch. And what I did was I cut out 2 of them so that I could have one for the outside and one for the inside, and I lined them up so it just looked like it was all one piece. And then I did the same thing for this these other leaves on the. This sentiment is from Owl Together Now. It's a retired set, and I just stamped it in some chocolate chip ink and rounded the corners on the top. And I also cut out a white piece from the Spellbinders die, and I'm going to lay it down so it lines up, fold my card over, and then it'll stick on the other side. And that's it. It opens up, you see the 2 owls, and then you have room right there to write your message for your card. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.